Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about this recent, I guess, string of climate activists. So I guess that's really the only way I can put it, man. There's been a recent string of climate activists that have been doing some pretty insane stuff to try and spread the message that climate change is here, it's real, we need to do something about it, which isn't a message I disagree with, but the thing I do disagree with is the method in which they're trying to spread this message. These climate protesters have been being the most insufferable, intolerable, annoying, ridiculous, and childish people on the planet. They've been, going to art museums throughout Europe and throwing tomato soup or mashed potatoes on paintings that are worth tens of millions of dollars in an effort to try and vandalize culturally significant pieces of art to spread this message. They've been gluing themselves to the wall and screaming and throwing temper tantrums and blocking off traffic so everyday people who have to get to work or late to work and basically get punished by their jobs. They've just been doing some very stupid shit that, in my opinion, doesn't really help spread the message of climate change is real. It feels like 95% of what these people are doing is really only being done to fuel their own ego, to make them feel better about themselves, you know what I mean, right? So with that being said though, today we're going to be talking about the karma that has finally hit some of these climate protesters. Now keep in mind, once again, I think most of us agree with the message, right? Like most people believe in climate change and believe that it's something that we do have to address and whatnot, right? But most people don't believe that it's something that you have to act like this over, and that's I think the right mentality to hold, right? You shouldn't find this acceptable, you know what I mean? This is just fucking stupid. But as they've been, gluing themselves to the wall and throwing food at paintings and, sitting down in traffic intersections and whatnot, right? A group of them in Germany decided to go to a Volkswagen showroom and glue themselves to the floor, and now they're just completely stunned and surprised that they don't have anywhere to go to the bathroom, okay? So they're trying to turn this into a controversy. They're trying to make it out oh, Volkswagen's not taking care of these protesters and all this other shit, right? Now, I just want to talk about this. Now, once again, I'm one of these people, I believe in protesting, right? I think that there are ways to effectively protest. I think that sometimes you do have to protest, you know what I mean? But I don't support protests that take away from the bigger objective, you know what I mean? I don't support protests that, basically destroy the message behind what you're trying to do. And this is a prime example of it, man. In the other clips, they were screaming people around the world are starving while they threw tomato soup and mashed potatoes all over paintings and wasted food, right? It's nonsense. Climate protesters who glued themselves to the floor of a Volkswagen showroom in Germany need to use the toilet, but now complain that the company has refused to provide the group with a bowl to urinate and defecate in. Guanolka Grimalda, a researcher with the Kiel Institute think tank and member of climate protest group Scientist Rebellion, posted on Twitter that Wednesday 15 people had occupied the Porsche Pavilion at the Autostadt Museum adjoining the carmaker's factory in Wolfsburg. Quote, 9 of us glued to the floor and some of us on hunger strike until our demands to decarbonize the German transport sector are met, he wrote. Volkswagen told us they supported our right to protest, but they refused our request to provide us with a bowl or to urinate or defecate in a decent manner while we're glued and have turned off the heating. Volkswagen told us they supported our right to protest, but they refused our request to provide us with a bowl to urinate or defecate in a decent manner while we're glued and have turned off the heating. People in support can't get out of the building, too. It's like a little Twitter thread or whatever. He later complained that we can't order our food, we must use the one provided by Volkswagen. Lights off, random unannounced checks by security guards with bright torches. Police just came in, he wrote. So, it's just fucking hilarious to me how entitled these people are, man. Not to say that you're entitled if you want a nice warm meal, but when you decide to glue yourself to the floor of a fucking business that you have no right to really do that in, you know what I mean? And then you want to complain that they're not taking care of you, go fuck yourself, right? What kind of entitlement do they think they have that the company they're protesting is gonna fucking feed them and give them somewhere to go to the bathroom after they glued themselves to the floor? Please get serious, please get a fucking clue. What did you think was gonna happen? You walked into a showroom and glued yourself to the floor for a hunger strike and now you're mad that they're not gonna fucking feed you? Yeah, congratulations, that's a little something called karma. That's what you get. That's what you fucking asked for when you went in there and did this. It's insane to me, man. They're genuinely trying to do whatever they can to paint Volkswagen out like they're in the wrong. And yeah, can these major companies do more to fight climate change? Can they do more to enact different, policies and actions that'll help combat their contributions to climate change? Absolutely 10 10,000,000% they can. Are they entitled to feed and help the protesters protesting them shit in a clean environment? Absolutely not. And it really shows you the intellect of these fucking people too, man. Like, they're just complete morons. Like, they have no idea what's going on. They're just fucking dum-dums, dude, because why couldn't you have just brought a big mixing bowl for you guys to all take a dump in yourselves? You know what I mean? Like, if that was really that big of an issue, why was that not thought of beforehand? So that leads me to think two things. Either A, they didn't do that intentionally so they could try and paint it on Volkswagen like they're the bad guys here, or B, they were too fucking stupid to think, oh, hey, maybe we'll actually be glued here for more than 3 or 4 hours. What happens if I have to take a piss or shit? But of course, that thought didn't go through in anyone's head. You know, it didn't fucking cross anyone's horizon across their brain or anything. And now that they've glued themselves to the floor in this protest or whatever, all of a sudden now they need someone's help. You know what I mean? So that indicates to me they just plan their shit like shit. You know, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to effectively plan a protest. You know, like, I'm just thinking about like Gandhi when he was on his hunger strikes, right? You imagine that he was in the news talking about, oh, the British won't give me a nice place to go pee-pee and poo-poo, you know what I mean? Like, I got a feeling that bro didn't have a very good environment to do his shit in either, right? But bro still did what he did, you know what I mean? And now he's a historic figure. He's looked back on as like a fucking hero, right? Because of what he did. But yet you got these people who couldn't think it ahead, I don't know, just too stupid, not sure. Like, if anything, why couldn't you have glued yourselves to the bathroom if it was that big of a deal? And then they want to complain that they're not being adequately fed. Oh, we can't even order food, man. We have to eat whatever Volkswagen gives us. Yeah, maybe guess what? Think of this. If you don't want to eat what Volkswagen provides or whatever's there for you to eat, don't fucking glue yourself to the floor, you stupid moron. Like, it's so easy. Like, every single one of these issues they have is so solvable. And like, the only solution is don't be a fucking moron. And they still fail that. Like, it's incredible to me, man. And they complain they turn off the heating. Yeah, cause fuck you, dude. Like, what, they're gonna fucking pay for the heating so you can be comfortable after you involuntarily glued yourself to the floor of their business? When none of their employees are there, or like very little employees are there, they're gonna fucking heat the building so you can be comfortable? Like, what did they expect, man? Like, dude, these are the pussiest climate change activists ever, man. Like I said in my last video, dude, you have scientists who've set themselves on fire and burned themselves alive over climate change. Not a fucking complaint came out of their mouths. Not one peep came out of their mouths about anything, man. But yet you got these new age climate change quote-unquote activists who think they're fucking beast or something like that, right? Step up in here for more than 3 hours. I'm more surprised they haven't complained they couldn't get good Wi-Fi reception. You know what I mean? Oh, Volkswagen won't even give us Wi-Fi to watch TikToks on, man. And then they complain they're getting random unannounced checks. Like, yeah, you've involuntarily glued yourself to the floor of a business in protest. Odds are they're probably gonna send security every once in a while to fucking check it out and make sure you guys aren't screwing something up. Like, what did these people think was gonna happen? I don't know. I can't honestly tell you, but whatever fantasy they had in their head is just mind-blowing, man. Like, these are the least effective climate change activists of all time. Like, it's getting to the point where every time I read shit like this, I'm starting to hope we die in a climate catastrophe, you know what I mean? Like, God, at this point, bro, if you're gonna take me out in a fucking 300-degree heat wave, bro, just do it, man. I can't take this anymore. These people are too fucking stupid for me, man. So, I don't know. I just really wanted to cover this because it's insane to me. Like, these people are making the most ridiculous, ludicrous demands possible for people who are just unwanted in the first place. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. If you want to become one, you can do so by hitting the join button down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about these climate change activists and signing out.